Hello and welcome to Fovean Images Retouching. So what we're going to be doing today is editing the eyes. So to do this there are three stages. The first one is sharpening them. Next we'll be making them a little bit brighter using the curves tool, and to finish off we'll be upping the saturation just a little bit. So to start off with, we're going to be sharpening up the eyes. So to do this, what you're going to want to do is duplicate your layer that you're working on. So to do this, you're going to want to right click on your layer and go down to duplicate layer. And if you want, we'll call this sharpen. Sharpen. Just like that. Next, what we're going to want to do is go up to filter, and we're going to want to convert it to a smart filter. So I've already done this, but all you've got to do is go to filter, down to convert it for smart filter, and then just hit OK. Next, what we're going to do is going to head back up to filter, and we're going to go down to other, and across to high pass. From here, you're going to want to select a number. You're not going to want it to be too high. Not like that, that's too much. But somewhere, I usually have it around 4, between 4 and 6 usually. So I'm going to put it at 4 for this. Just hit OK from there. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to go over to our blend modes. So, right over here, and we're going to go down to vivid light. Just like that. Excellent. Next, what we're going to do is create a, next what we're going to do is increase the brightness. So we're going to go over to curves, and we're going to just drag the line up a little bit, just like that. Don't worry if the image is looking a bit rubbish at the moment, we're going to come back to that a little bit later, and all we're going to do is just up the brightness just a little bit. The last thing we're going to do is increase the saturation. So we're going to go over to hue saturation, which is just there. And what we're going to do is take the saturation bar and just bring it up a little bit, just like that. Now right now you're probably thinking this looks a bit crap, which it really does. So what we're going to do, we're going to group all these layers together. So if you hit Shift and select the top layer and just click on the bottom layer, it should select all three, just like that. Then what we're going to do is hit Command G to group all the layers together, and then we're going to create a layer mask. So to do this, there's this little icon down at the bottom, which is like a rectangle with a circle inside, and all we're going to do is just click on that. Now from there, you notice it's white. So if your layer mask is white, it means it's revealing everything. And if it's black, it means it's hiding everything. So what we want to do is change this white to black. Now there's a few ways to do this. However, my favourite is to invert it, because black is the opposite of white. So to do this, we're going to go up to Image, across to Adjustments, and all the way down to Invert. The other way, if you want to do this shortcut, all you've got to do is press Command and I. Now what you've done here, we've hidden everything in that layer. So in this group, we've got all of these. However, we've got all of these layers, the hue, saturation, the curves, and the sharpen. But what the black on the black layer mask does is just hide it all. So now what we want to do is reveal all of that, however, just in the eyes here. So to do that, we're going to want to grab a brush. So you go over to your panel on the left, and all you do is click on the brush, or you can hit B as a shortcut. Then what we want to do is go down to our swatches, our color palette, and all we want to do is select a white brush, just like that. Now next what we want to do is head up to our flow. What our flow does is, when you're painting, it builds up. So if you have a low flow, it keeps it building up. If you have a high flow, it'll just come out as a block color. It's kind of like pen pressure when working on paper. You know how you rub and the shade, the darkness just builds up and builds up? It does exactly the same. So I'm going to have my flow at about 27%. And I'm going to adjust the hardness of the brush as well. So to do this, we can press Ctrl and Alt, and all we've got to do is drag up, and it will bring the hardness down. If you drag down, it will bring the hardness up. Left will make the brush smaller, and right will make the brush bigger. It's a really cool shortcut, and it's something I use all the time. So I'm going to have like a smallish brush, about there, nothing too big, and I'm going to have a hardness of about 26%. Now what I'm going to do is zoom in onto the eye, so I can see it a little bit better. A quick way of doing this is hitting Command and then the plus button. Now what I'm going to do is just paint white over the eye, just to reveal it underneath. You can see that's looking really nice now. You've got the beautiful colours in the eye, and the sharpness has brought that out. Do the same on the other, just like so. And that's all there is to it, really. If you want, you can bring down the opacity if you think it's just a little bit too much. So drag it down, up, you can place it wherever you want. But yeah, voila, that's how you would go and retouch your eyes. It's as simple as that. So I hope you found this useful, and I hope you enjoyed this.